I'm gonna do something completely different from what I've done in any of my past videos, I'm just gonna air out my thoughts because I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of in a mood right now, and I think one thing that I want to do in general is just I want to be more vulnerable. I don't think I'm vulnerable nearly enough, but I think first of all, I mean, not to justify it, but I think a big part of it is whenever I am, something always goes wrong, but I don't care. Being vulnerable is a part of being a human being, and if I'm more vulnerable, then that just means I love myself enough to have faith that I'll be fine no matter what happens. And I think the main thing I'm feeling right now is just frustration because one thing that I've dealt with the past few years is like a lot of misfortune in terms of like I guess experiences, because like whenever I play video games, it's always like the worst thing that can happen does happen, and I'm just baffled. Like I'm just genuinely baffled and confused as to like what did I do something like to deserve this, or is this just the enemy's way of attacking me constantly to try and get me to I don't know lash out or whatever. Because I mean at times I do get upset and I rant at God, but then I always come and apologize and I realize it's not His fault. It never is, because I mean you're just living in a sinful world. It's not like because it's like whenever I do something bad that could hurt somebody, did He make me do that? No. So how would it be the case for somebody else? But it's just like it's aggravating. I mean, it's aggravating. It's frustrating, and it's always the thoughts of comparison of if I'm doing my best to be faithful, to be righteous, why is it that bad things happen to me? But I mean, this is a saying is that if you're doing something right, everything should be wrong, and if you're doing something wrong, then everything should be right. And to a point that is true, but it's just and like with this, I mean, I'm as it stands right now, still been relatively unsuccessful and YouTube, and I had felt led to make a video on TikTok basically inviting people to come do whatever, just come talk to me in the DMs or the comments if they wanted to. That didn't, so far that hasn't got any traction. So it's like it is easy to get frustrated, and I am frustrated, and I'm to a point where it's like it's just right now it's really all faith and all works, no results. And I mean, as much as I hate it, as much as I want to see growth, I'm fine with how things are. Surprisingly enough, as much as I want to be angry, I can't be, because I have been blessed with wisdom, and on the inside on the inside I'm literally as rich as probably one could be. I've got really good composure, I stay cool. I'm able to be self-aware, confront myself on things, and I'm able to do all types of things. And that's why sometimes it can be even more confusing as to why, like, is there something I need to learn? Am I still, like, is it just the season isn't right? Am I still planting seeds? Is it, am I going through a famine or what? Like, it's just like, I don't know what it is. And I want to tread carefully to a degree because I don't want to burn out like I did last year whenever I was doing this, which I'm much better off in terms of who I am as a person. I've grown a lot more since then, so I don't think that I'm gonna burn out per se, but I might get to a point where I just get I'm not gonna speak actually I'm not gonna speak anything. I'm just gonna say that today, right now, I am frustrated, and I don't know. I've tried a lot of things in my life, and nothing has ever really worked. And I felt so sure about this. I still do feel very sure about this. I had dreams and visions of different things of success, but here I am still, like, still not successful. So I don't know. It's just everything. It's a process, a very long process, and I know it'll be worth it. The second that it does, happen, and it's gonna be look back and be like, I'm glad I didn't give up. And scripture says to lean not on your own understanding, because from my perspective, it ain't working, so I need to stop doing it. But from God's perspective, is if I commanded you to do it, then you do it to the bitter end. So I will. But I really hope that I can be an example, a leader for y'all, to see that your dreams are the most important thing, not because of where you'll be, but because of who you're going to affect. Because whenever we pass on, I mean, there's no proof of our existence other than the impact we leave on other people's lives. And so I want to do my best to leave a positive impact on other people's lives that creates this butterfly effect that inspires people, gives people life. Whenever God made us, he formed us out of the dust, but it wasn't our figure that made us human. It was whenever he breathed life into us. He literally had the breath of life and breathed into us. And whenever you speak, you breathe. So I want to speak words that breathe life into other people. And so as frustrated as I am, as upset as I might be, I'm going to keep trucking forward and keep going, just be as faithful as I possibly can be to do my due duty. Because there's nothing else. What else is there? I could go have a career, become rich, do nothing, and then die and be like, I could have done so much more. So, I just want to not vent, but be vulnerable. Because, venting isn't going to change what is currently going on, how I'm currently feeling. But I'm being vulnerable to, like I said, hopefully be an example, be a leader to you. To show you that, vulnerability isn't always coming from a position of hurt, but sometimes just frustration, or really any other emotion. You could even vent from a place of happiness. There's no formula for this. There's no surefire way to, make anything happen, or make anything. Snap your fingers and there you go. You got it. It is a grueling process. It is a daily process of being alive, and it's not easy. But nothing that's worth it ever is easy. Anyways, may God's face shine on you. May his peace shine on you. May his love, his grace, his mercy, his persistent, his joy, and his light shine on you. And just be blessed.